Welcome to Self-Actualizers, where we are meeting people from everyday walks of life who have real results and basically show themselves how they became who they are today. And I have the pleasure to introduce a family member, a close friend, and we get to see his background, what he does for work. So who do I have the pleasure of interviewing today?
My name is Shane.
Sir Shane Miller on Instagram. But, first thing we want to do, we want to definitely get into, what do you do for a living? And then if you was going to explain it to a young person, what is that?
So I am the Associate Director of the New York University Photo Bureau. That encompasses covering 800 to 1,000 events per year. I'm responsible for booking those. I'm responsible for the highest level of events on campus. I work directly with the Office of the President. So I'm at the top of marketing and everything else that happens at New York University, which is crazy to say. I've been there for since 2014.
Okay.
I don't know what year is this.
It's like 2026.
Yeah,
Oh, so like 12 years.
12 years.
That's good.
I started off as a temp.
Okay.
And then after becoming a temp, they loved everything I did. They hired me as a photo assistant.
Okay.
And then in 2017, I was promoted to manager. I complain about that title because it does not fit what I do.
All right.
And then I think that was 2021. I got a new title of associate director, which also doesn't fit what I do.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still working on getting the right title for everything that it is that I do. But all in all, I have had really good support from the people there at NYU outside of getting the right title.
All right. The right title's coming soon for sure. But would you call this a calling? Would you call this a job? What would you define your current role?
I would say it's a job currently because for me, I'll call it a career.
Okay.
Because my whole life is photography, and a part of this is photography. I get to book photographers, I get to hire people, I get to actually go out and take pictures if I want to. So it encompasses what I do as a hobby. It encompasses me getting paid there. So it definitely is a career for sure.
Okay. All right. So then what is it like a day, I know a day could be very, very crazy, but I know I know you say you work different titles in a sense, but do you have that one particular title, but you have different responsibilities. So, give us like a day in Shane's shoes.
So a lot of emails from the people on the highest level at NYU.
So let's start in the morning. Let's say you waking up in the morning.
I might wake up in the morning with an email from my director with a rush request for something for the Office of the President, something that she thinks is extremely important that we need to get over. And I'm lollygagging because nobody's bigger than the program. And of course I'm gonna get it done, and it's with me having that request from my director, I also have another 10 or 15 requests from people that are working with for other deans at NYU and everything else. So I have to balance that out. But I do have a great team. So with my team, I can delegate certain tasks.
Okay.
And
How many people on your team? I have a big team or?
Absolutely not. But that's why I said it's a great team. The person that I have there, she's great. She does everything really well. And when I'm gone, I said that she should definitely take over.
With the right title as well.
I'm working on that. Making pay transparency.
Okay.
Everything else. I'm very open about all of those type of things.
That's good. Did you always plan to work in this field? Did you always plan to be in photography and even NYU itself? What did that? When did it change or what happened? What was that journey
like? My path was interesting because I went to school for multimedia journalism. Okay. And my last year, I realized I wanted to do photography. I had a class, they gave us a professional camera. I've always been into fashion. I've always made clothes, things of that nature. Okay. So I got that professional camera. I started taking pictures of the clothes and the bracelets and the stuff that I had. And I was like, I really love this and I want to continue doing it. And I knew that my degree wasn't going to be connected. Right. Connected. So after I got my degree, I figured that all the things that I learned, I could still apply it to photography in some way. I learned about, I had one class about marketing. Okay. So that was probably my favorite class that I took, learning everything about commercial times and people and everything. I'm a people watcher. That's why I'm a photographer. Like I just sit back on the wall and I'll just watch what.
And it's like, are you telling yourself like a storyline? Like
everything's a story. That's another reason why with multimedia journalism, I also had my minor was creative writing at first, and then I switched to English lit. Okay. So with creative writing, it's about storytelling, it's about different things. So after I graduated, I said that I need to have something on my resume that shows photography. So I did internships.
Okay. So literally, so then that's how you got into NYU though too.
Fresh out of college, I started doing internships. Probably they would give you a Metro card if you're lucky. And
were these paid or they was just like?
Nope.
Yo, that's like you really went all in on your.
Yep, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I had a seasonal job with the Rockettes, which was very cool as a photographer. So I got to learn how to deal with a large group of people and learning how to take pictures quickly. When I know those you get 2 chances. It's a line of 50, 60 people. Right. When they're trying to get into the show, they don't have that much time.
Yeah.
I had to get the shots right. I had to get the framing right. We had a system in place. I learned a lot from that system. And as much as it's not like the highest level of photography, it taught me like the core basics. Talking to people, learning that different people are comfortable, other people aren't. Families is an interesting dynamic because the children don't always listen. So now I have to talk to the parent, I have to talk to the child. Communication was a huge thing. So that internship definitely helped build a foundation for who I am as a photographer for sure. So I definitely appreciated doing that.
So I think that the cool thing what you're saying there is like the aspect of just like internships, because the only way you can learn is through experience, right? So it's like sometimes like only just book knowledge, and you did do all that stuff, and then now you actually are being exposed and you're going through the mistakes. So did you have like a mentor? Was there like somebody guiding you through this process? Even finding the internships, like how does that even go about?
With the support of my lady Shaniqua, she definitely used to be online checking for me. Even with getting the temp position at NYU, she was on Craigslist and just saw like a random photography thing that popped up, and she's like, "You should do this." I didn't know it was NYU, and it ended up turning out to be NYU, and I've been there ever since.
Okay, but see, you see how it's like having the faith, or it's like having someone else plant the seed in the sense, and then you have the faith to kind of just keep it pushing, which is always cool because like sometimes I'm seeing that a lot of times opportunity comes from hearing from somebody else or just believing in somebody else.
You need somebody to push you.
So what was that first step that moved you towards this career? Like what was that first thing?
So I guess like when you asked me the question about if NYU was a career, I kind of hesitated. Because yes, it is a career technically, but outside of NYU, I established myself without a NYU backing. Like I built my name in freelance photography where I've worked with companies like TikTok, I've worked with Spotify, I have billboards with YouTube, I've had billboards with Spotify in Times Square. My resume is vast. People Magazine, Tiana Taylor, there's just a bunch of people that I have worked with and that's based off of me. And that's something that I'm proud of more than NYU, more than any of that stuff, because when you go and you have conversations with people and they ask you what you do and you say NYU, the whole mood changes. People would look at me at first and it's like, I ain't really taking this guy seriously. And then I would say NYU and I would see them perk up. That's white, black, and different. Everyone would change when they heard NYU because it's such a unknown name, so big. So I didn't want that to be my identity.
That's good.
I saw that a lot of people definitely would just change so much, and I was not a fan of it. So I stopped saying NYU. I wanted to make sure that I had an identity outside of work, outside of that career, and I built my name. And now when people
hear your
name, they'll call me Sir Shane. That's what I established as like my freelance name and everything else. So
you are the brand.
Exactly.
That's
I'm
it.
the brand.
So like we ain't saying nobody else's name. We're gonna say Sir Shane from now on. So what are some, again, we've seen the positives, but like nobody really talks about the challenges. So what are some challenges people don't really see, in your career, in your field, in your brand building, as well?
Listen, man, having a family is the biggest challenge in that, because it motivates you and it also to be honest, it also holds you back if you're going to be responsible.
Right.
If you're going to be a responsible parent,
right.
If you want your
especially
children
as a black
to
man.
see you, yeah, because I'm going to be extremely frank. Like, if it wasn't for me having a family, me and you probably could not have the time to do this interview right now. I would be on go.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Constantly. Like, whether that be with traveling or taking any opportunity that's in front of me, I'm there. And I actually did that to help build my career. But you get to a point where it causes burnout, it causes the children, it causes your lady, it causes everybody to miss you. It affects relationships. It's a lot of hard
no, it's real. That's real.
With, like, building and doing everything for a brand. Currently, I'm in a space where I needed to prioritize my family. I needed to prioritize my relationships. So I have not been shooting as much, but my cruise control looks very different from
anybody
other
else.
People's.
Correct.
Like,
correct.
I built my name on something where 2 weeks ago we were in LA for NBA All-Star.
Right.
Where I was photographing, where the partners that we were working with is New Era, Foot Locker, the NBA, things of that nature, and that stuff kind of rolls off of my tongue, and that's cruise control for me. Like, because if I really apply myself, I would
probably
be doing
so much. So imagine just like cruise control is giving you so much opportunity, but like imagine full throttle. But like you say, I think that's some of the things that you're making a statement of, just like prioritizing and family. So it's not easy. But again, as a black man who's really had a dream and who's really pushing himself forward and making those sacrifices, I know it won't go in vain, and we appreciate it. And I guess some of the things we want to talk about, like what are some misconceptions, maybe as a young person looking at photography, or that they don't really know about the field, or stigmas?
There's a lot of different ways to answer that question, but I will say, for somebody that's interested in photography, there are many different things that you can do to build an income and a career and a life within photography. I experienced both of them, behind the camera and also behind the scenes, where I'm setting up things for other people. I'm still in the lane of photography regardless of what it is that I'm doing. So people have to understand that there are different money streams. A lot of times there's comparison, and one thing growing up Caribbean, they tell us comparison is a thief of joy. You compare yourself to somebody else, and now you feel like you're behind, when in actuality you're not at all. Sometimes when you see these people that take pictures of celebrities and things of that nature all the time, they're not getting money for that. Like, you are taking pictures of that because a celebrity knows that I'm a celebrity, and you working with me is going to be bigger for you than for me. I'm not paying you that much money. There have been things that I have done with celebrities that they have offered me $300 to do something, for example, where there are rooms that I'm in, there's no celebrities, there's things that people have never seen on Instagram, and I've gotten $1,000 for 2 hours or something of that nature.
So your what's that word? Your standards are a little different.
And my knowledge is different. That's the main thing. People don't understand, like, learning about the different ways to get money, learning about usage, learning about your rights as a photographer, and going back to the celebrity thing, if you are taking a picture of Sierra on the street, for example, and no one hired you, you didn't sign no papers, anything like that, you own that photo. So now you could go on Getty, or you could go on these different places and you could sell that. So there's different ways that you could make money and things of that nature. Personally, as much pictures I have of celebrities and things, that I've never done that, because I'm not I don't consider myself to be paparazzi,
right? That's where paparazzi come in.
But then again, sometimes you miss out on a lot of money when you do that, because I've taken pictures of Kanye West, for example, and my Kanye West picture was used. I used to see that picture all the time, like constantly.
So that makes sense, though. That makes sense.
And now it's like everybody else is kind of benefiting off of your
own work.
It's a great picture, everything else, and everybody else is using it. They monetizing it. I took that photo of Kanye at Complex Con, and that was the first time that he got, I think that was 2022 or 2023, one of those years.
I remember that one too.
And that picture, a lot of usage for that one right there.
So we know what the originator is, just to let you guys know, just real quick.
And the funny thing about that is I got a Kanye picture, and I have a Taylor Swift picture that did the same thing, if not more. Like the Taylor Swift picture was.
Yeah, that's a huge. I mean, that's a huge person in general. So it's just like, when stuff like that happens, I know I'm kind of going to the left, but it's like when stuff like that happens, it's like, I guess like you said, you could go in that direction of selling those type of photos, but like at the end of the day, it's like you're still with the brand building and everybody will kind of know who you work.
It's important for me to explain that too. Like with the Taylor Swift picture, I wouldn't be able to do that because I was working for NYU at the time when I took that. So now that's NYU's IP, that's their ownership. Even though I took it, I am getting paid to do a job, and they own that image and they can use it as they please. So for a situation like that, it's cool if it's everywhere. Like I know that's my work, and it was cool to see that.
Just to see what your levels right? So it's just cool, just kind of like use it as a measuring point to say like, wow, you got it. So I think that's what even builds you up, even saying that I am a brand and I should.
I also want to say one other thing, because we spoke about stigmas with photographers and things of that nature. You do not, I'm gonna look in the camera, you do not have to take half naked pictures or naked pictures of women in order to establish yourself as a photographer. You do not have to do that. There's a lot of people that start off doing that. I did that before too. And I got to a point where I was like, why? What is the reason that I'm doing this? And I saw other people doing it. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate those photos in an artistic way as well. But that's not the only thing that you can do. Like you can learn different ways to do things. You can do events. You could do corporate. You could go take a picture of, I took a picture of city bikes. And you could take a picture of city bikes and sell that to corporate and get way more money than you ever would by taking a half naked picture of somebody. Like you have to expand and do different things. So I definitely want to say that.
No, that's
because sometimes they think photographers are just like creeps.
Okay. That's good. So there you go.
Some of them are, but
the majority. But I think also understanding the different lanes that they can play in as well. So was there ever a moment that you like question your path? Like,
oh yeah, for sure. For sure, 1000%. Like even to this day, sometimes I do that. I think as creatives, a lot of times we go into those places and you hear people talk about imposter syndrome.
Yes, of course.
And things of that nature where I know my work is amazing. I know that there's certain levels that I can reach that I don't think, it's not, again, comparison is a thief of joy, but if I'm in a room with 10 other photographers, I don't care who the photographers are, my work is up there. It does not matter. I'm extremely confident about that. So like I walk into any space with that type of energy. But but keeping that is sometimes tough. Like it's, bro, so much life is going on. We spoke briefly about my day earlier today. When everything is hitting at the same time. I got bills. I have backtrack bills that keep catching up to me from years ago. It's a lot of different things that take you off of that creativity. Like when I'm locked into creative, I don't care about money at all. If I will go to an event where I'm not getting paid or whatever, and I'm shooting it the best, like I'm getting paid $1 million because I'm locked in creatively.
And you created
But sometimes I'm getting paid for an event, and because creatively my mind is on everything else. Are the kids good? Is this good? Is that good?
So it could cause that it could cause that blockage in a sense. Okay. So then how did your mindset shift once this became a career and not just a paycheck? So I know you made that statement of that when I'm locked in, I'm in the zone, but like, how did that shift happen? Like,
it's interesting. I don't know if there was ever like a switch that like clicked off. But I do have signs, like, you know, when people like, there will be signs. There were signs. When I started to get my tax documents from my own stuff, and I'm seeing ByteDance, I'm seeing this company, I'm seeing that company, this PR company. This is a bunch of different things. Right now, I gotta do my taxes. I got about 20 plus different companies that I worked with throughout the year, and I'm like, wait. this is real. This is real. I have to file taxes on this. I got to do like this is like,
again, the stuff that they don't talk about, but these are real things.
It's a real thing. Like
in building in general.
This is not hand to hand. Like, yo, can you come do my birthday dinner? Which I love doing that too.
Okay.
But this is not. Can you do my birthday dinner and I give you $400?
Right.
This type of money, and I don't gotta check in with the government about that. I can just put that in my pocket. So I don't do that. I do all my taxes.
Good.
Yeah, you gotta definitely.
But again, that's where the brand, I guess, comes in. It's like you are your own brand. It's like, and then again, those things like making sure your documents are in order and all that stuff. That, again, it's different when you're not using like an employee mindset. It's really like you're a business.
And I have the background from NYU because one thing, like I run, my department is pretty big, but covering so many events and everything of that nature. As the head of it, I'm responsible when things go wrong, and like when things go right, you know, everybody
on you.
Everybody,
exactly. That part right there.
But like my director is good about like saying like you did a great job, things like that. Nice. We do annual reports every year that outlines everything. And one thing I'll say, and I'm proud of, is every year since I've stepped building in NYU, we have grown that department. Wow. I have navigated through COVID with that department, and financially, although we weren't like doing a bunch because the world was shut down.
Right, exactly.
I still had to figure out how to navigate my job. I still had to, I was one of the essential people. I had to go to campus when nobody else was there. I appreciated the ghost town at the school.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely did.
I bet the creative aspect was probably
the creative aspect was intense.
Actually, I remember you was outside though. You was outside, yes.
It was, people would be safe. I'm safe,
I promise.
I'm breathing different. I was like, everything was,
And the crazy thing is, I think is this, we're in that same time period 6 years ago. So it's like this same time is like when everything shut down.
For sure.
Crazy.
For sure.
And that's when you was like,
I think I just got back from Abu Dhabi not too long before the world shut down, to be honest. Oh,
you lucky. At least you got out.
I went to Abu Dhabi. I think I was a few weeks fresh off of that trip. And then COVID started to like...
There were no signs over there, right?
No, but my coworker, she had a trip to Shanghai for NYU. And she was one of the, probably not one of the first people, but she definitely had COVID. And she came back and we went to a meeting and we was all together in this room. And I think that we were discussing the possibilities of what this could be. What it looks like. The shutdown wasn't impending yet. And then she was coughing. She was just doing a lot of coughing, things like that. Come to find out, she had COVID.
Wow.
And in that room, that was the last meeting that I ever had. To this day, I still have not had a meeting of that size yet at NYU. It was a lot.
Oh my God. They say we're not doing this no more. About to take out the whole.
Like we still do like events and parties like
but
that.
The actual
like that type of meeting, like we don't really do that.
With all the big dogs. That's crazy in one shot.
Yeah.
So what skills or habits should for youth is looking to start out and they want to build out now, like what skills or habits should they start acquiring?
Communication.
Towards? Okay.
Learning how to communicate is going to be the most important thing. There's a lot of people that could take a good picture. But what's going to separate you is how you communicate with people, how you make people feel. So while I'm on set and I'm taking a picture, I make you feel good. So the picture can be great, but I leave a memory in your mind that, all right, I loved working with this person. Things of that nature. You want to stand out where other people might not. And also, some people are very uncomfortable in front of a camera. So, like me speaking to you, getting you to laugh, getting you to do something is going to make your experience memorable in a good way. And that's something that I think that people should focus on. And I learned that from another internship.
You see? These are some key things because it's like, again, exposure. And then I feel like you're like also like building a formula. So like every time you get exposed to something else, it's like boom, 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 and then you find your own
rhythm. All of that stuff in. Like internships, I definitely think are very important. Be intentional about the internships that you choose for sure. The person that I work with, where I learned about direction, was Paula Resu, and it was so interesting to me because he would hire a team. He had a full-time retoucher on staff. He had a full-time assistant on staff. And then it was him, and he would hire interns. And then he would hire freelancers for lighting, to do setup, graph, and things of that nature. And we would do all the setup. We would be there before him. He would just lay out. He would do a diagram of how he wants it to look. We set that all up. Retouchers sit there, and then Paul will walk in maybe like 30 minutes before the client comes or something like that.
Yeah.
Take over the whole room. All he does is pick up his camera. He don't put a lens on it. He don't do anything else. Everybody else does that for him.
Right, though.
But the way that he makes clients feel.
Yeah.
I never seen nothing like that. Like, he makes them feel great. He communicates every single thing to them so that they could feel like he's getting the job done.
Yeah.
Whatever deliverables that they have, he lets them know, like, we're attacking this. They showed them the pictures on site. Paul was amazing. Like, that was probably one of the best lessons that I have. So communication is the biggest thing.
Okay. And it looked like it sounds like he also focused on his strength in a sense.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, that the photography is you see my website, it's great. But like I say, you have a full-time retoucher. Right. So it's not like he's sitting there having to go through and do all this stuff, whatever else the case may be. He's literally directing you, taking a picture, and organizing everything else. So he's a director in the sense of, I'll pull the team together to get done what you need. Whatever snacks and different things you may have, I set the vibe in the room. Okay. So yeah,
so that's it. He just makes sure the environment is at that capacity that you have experience at the same time and learning and growing. Again, like clearly it worked. Because look at you. All right, so last question. So what advice would you give your younger self about work and purpose?
Man, that's a good one. I think that I'll say, like, doing something good for a long time is important. Like, building a habit of excellence. Like, I'll use, like, for example, a credit card, for example. You could pay your credit card on time for a year. You could have great scores for years and things of that nature. But the 2 times that you mess up, that's what your credit score is going to remember. That's what the credit card bureau is going to remember. That's what everything's going to remember. So try your best to stay consistent in your good habits, because those bad habits stand out way more. So I could have 120 plus great on-time payments, paying for everything. Those 2 is what your car people is going to look at. That's what the apartment people are going to look at. So try your best to keep good habits. Like, so if you mess up, try not to mess up too bad. Like, people remember that stuff. So even on set or whatever it is that you're doing in the workplace or in your relationship, try your best to stay good and keep good habits, because we remember those bad credit reports.
So you guys got that. Sir Shane himself, and again, we thank you for being with Self-Actualizers, just showing real results and showing how it's a real journey to become what you sought out and was developed and built to become a brand. And we just thank you.
I just gotta say
one more thing. We got one more.
One more thing. I think it's important to give flowers and also speak about the people that help you on your journey.
Nice.
And one thing I will say is Alpha is a huge part of, like, my mental health and who I am and different things of that nature. Like, when you came in our life, I think you just mesh, like, you really just a part of our family. And you know how much times I would
I know.
I would just call you, like, yo, so I'm checking in on you, like,
for real.
And those things, like, that's when I think I was at the peak of my journey. I was calling you constantly. I was like talking to you a lot. I still check in now, of course. Like, being able to have somebody like that is important. Also, being motivated by seeing your people do their stuff. So seeing you go back to school, seeing your energy through and through, no matter what it is that you're applying yourself to, life coaching, whatever else, that also motivates me too. Cause, like, my brothers is doing it, whatever else, like, I want to stay on this level.
I ain't gonna with you too. So your energy was there. And again, I seen it, I was like, and I fell in love with it. And I said, that's what you want around you. That's what you want to speak to, and that's what you want to pour into. And I'm like, I seen Shane. I'm like, yo, he's moving. Oh my gosh, I love it. And I think that's what we should do. We should always love one another. I can't hate on your. And I always say, if God's blessing your neighbor, He's in the neighborhood. That's my motto. But again, I just want you to continue to push forward, and I just thank you also for being a motivation for myself,
Yes,
and I
sir.
appreciate you, bro. Love you, and I'll take it to the top.